She recently turned 13, and May has gained complete independence. She does whatever she wants, says whatever she thinks, and dresses however she wants, even at the risk of a little cringe. She's met by her closest friends, Miriam, Priya, and Abby, who share her everyday adventures. After school, they often sneak peeks at the local heartthrob, Devon, a shop clerk. However, May's heart beats faster for a different set of boys, the members of the boy band Four Town. Along with her friends, who are equally smitten, they sing and dance to May's favorite song by the band. One night when the friends go to karaoke, May refuses, preferring to help her mother Min around the house. The friends take this as brainwashing. The Lin family maintains the city's oldest Chinese temple, a duty May takes seriously and performs with pride. Min praises May for her grades, and together, they pray to their ancestor, Sani, a woman celebrated for her numerous talents and her dedication to red pandas, the Lin family's emblem. While the family welcomes visitors and May's father, Gene, prepares dinner, a TV announcement about Four Town's upcoming visit to Canada sparks excitement in May, despite her mother's disapproval of the band. Later, as May settles down for homework, she finds herself doodling a boy resembling Devon on her notebook, her imagination running wild beyond her control. Maylin retreats under her bed, where she sketches increasingly romantic scenarios with herself and a boy in the lead roles. Suddenly, there's a knock on the door, and May's mother inadvertently discovers her daughter's inappropriate drawings. Recognizing the store clerk in the drawings, she interprets the scene as something that has already happened in reality. Ignoring May's pleas to stop, she rushes her to the store to unleash a barrage of threats at Devon for his supposed mistreatment of her daughter. Min lays the drawings on the counter as evidence, and the scene is witnessed by customers, including Tyler, May's classmate. May is consumed by shame and wants to disappear, but she conceals her emotions from her mother. At home, she blames herself in every way for drawing those pictures and feels she has let her mother down. At night, May suffers from nightmares. In the morning, she discovers a huge red panda in the mirror reflection. In a panic, she screams, and the mom who thinks her daughter has suddenly grown up runs for feminine hygiene products, a heating pad, and painkillers. May claims she's a terrible red monster and hides from her mother behind the bathroom curtain.
Oh, my porridge!
Min hastily goes to the kitchen, and May manages to slip away. She tries to calm down and fall asleep. This allows her to get rid of her ears and tail, and then to transform back into a human completely. May gains control over her emotions, leaving only her bright red hair from her panda form. To conceal this, she now never removes her hat. She strives to keep calm despite the whole school discussing her embarrassing incident with Devon's drawings. But Tyler's sharp teasing causes a tail to sprout from her, and her intrusive mother, bursting into school with forgotten sanitary pads, finally pushes her daughter over the edge. The enormous panda smashes through classrooms and rushes outside, but only Min manages to notice what has happened before the creature escapes the school, catching the attention of some students before disappearing. As the creature, unsure of where to go, scatters pedestrians on the streets, Min pursues her daughter by car. May, causing an accident on the road, makes her way home across rooftops, with Min close behind. It turns out, such magic isn't a surprise for parents, although they expected the transformation much later. Long ago, when all the men went off to war, their maternal ancestor, Sani, was left alone with her daughters. She prayed to the gods to help her protect her children, and they answered her plea by granting the ability to transform into a wild beast. Subsequently, the woman passed down this gift to her daughters, but mastering it requires controlling one's emotions. The same happened with Min, except in Canada, this trait became far too inconvenient. May is once again furious at not being warned about such a dreadful curse, and in a fit of rage tries to tear apart Sani's portrait. The parents calm their daughter and explain the ritual that will forever seal the panda spirit in an amulet, similar to the one Min wears around her neck. The only problem is that the ceremony must take place during the red moon, which won't occur for another month. Until then, Maylin must desperately control her emotions to transform into the beast as infrequently as possible, as each transformation will complicate the impending exorcism ritual. There has never been a case where a panda couldn't be sealed away, but theoretically, it could happen if May doesn't follow her mother's advice and lets emotions take over. And she can't let her family down by being the first failure. May's room is emptied of everything except a large mattress. As a parting remark, her father mentions that the color red brings luck. The parents leave the room, and May overhears her mother with disgust saying that nobody should see her daughter in such a form. The girl cries, hugging her plush toy, and falls asleep, once again turning into a panda. In the morning, May in despair tears at her fur and bangs against walls to rid herself of the beastly form. All efforts prove futile as they only add to her emotions and tears. But suddenly, May's friends appear outside her window, ecstatically shouting that the Four Town concert will take place in Toronto on the 18th. Shocked, the girls are grabbed by the enormous panda panda and pulled inside. May tries to explain that it's from her mom and will soon pass, but she can't hold back tears when she remembers all the conditions of the exorcism ritual. The red moon won't occur until the 25th, so May won't be able to attend the concert. She weeps bitterly, and her friends comfort her, singing her favorite song. The panda joins them, and when her friends hug her, it soothes her, and her human form returns. It turns out there's a way to control the transformation, and her friends persuade May to join them at the concert. A knock on the door interrupts, and May shoos her friends outside. The parents start testing their daughter, trying everything to evoke strong emotions. Each time, May recalls the strong friendship of her friends, who will come to her aid in difficult times, and manages to handle all the tasks. But her mother still forbids her from going to the concert because the emotions there will be too strong. Besides, she doesn't consider such songs to be music. May's father tries to stand up for her, but he's too timid to go against his authoritative wife. Nevertheless, May suppresses her discontent and calmly leaves. Suddenly, the phone rings. It's May's grandmother, who saw her granddaughter in the news. Now it's Min, feeling like a mischievous teenager, who tries to hide from her mother but still answers the phone and gets even more scared when she learns that her grandmother is already on her way to visit them with an inspection. Meanwhile, the friends gather at PE. They were all denied access to the concert. Then they notice May's mother on duty at the school, watching her daughter through binoculars. Tyler starts teasing her, and May bursts into rage. Her hand transforms into a powerful paw, and she launches the ball with tremendous force, shattering the school window. The friends lead May to the bathroom, where they discuss how to deceive their parents to attend the concert. Abby asks Maylin to briefly transform into the fluffy beast and hug her. May imagines her idol and fulfills the request. Several shocked classmates notice them, but it turns out they also really want to see the cute creature and are even willing to pay for it. The offer comes in handy because one ticket for Fort Town costs a whopping $200. The friends start conducting photo shoots with the red panda and even sell cute souvenirs. From their parents, they cover themselves with a fictitious math club. Maylin finds it easier and easier to transform into the beast and back, and soon they only need to gather $100. But the concert is on Saturday, and May is very worried, especially when Tyler shows up, threatening to expose her to her mother. The guy demands help in organizing a birthday party and is willing to pay $200 for the panda's presents. The friends are skeptical about the offer, but May convinces them, and on Friday evening, she heads to Tyler's house. As usual, she uses the math club as a cover, but suddenly her mother insists on going with her. While her daughter tries unsuccessfully to stop Min, her grandmother and 4 aunts show up on their doorstep. The women immediately surround the girl to share their experience and help with the upcoming ritual. May is hopelessly late for the party and tries to slip away on the pretext of being tired, but Grandma manages to sneak into her bedroom. She finds red panda fur in the yard and warns that with each transformation, the ritual will become increasingly difficult. Grandma is sure that the appearance of the panda has irreparably damaged the relationship between her and Min, and she doesn't want history to repeat itself. May listens, but still later runs away from home. However, at the party, she appears in the panda costume, which disappoints everyone immensely. Tyler cancels the deal, and to hide her tears from her friends, May transforms, promising that it's the last time. The wild fun begins. Meanwhile, Grandma leaves, instructing Min not to let her daughter out of sight. The woman enters May's room and accidentally finds panda souvenirs under the bed, also discovering her escape. Unaware, the friends celebrate their victory, sitting on Tyler's roof. Miriam asks what will happen if May doesn't exorcise the panda, but the girl can't even imagine that. Her parents simply didn't leave her any options. Suddenly, they hear on the radio that Fort Town will be in Toronto a week later, the same day May is supposed to undergo the ritual. Abby got the dates wrong, and Maylin is overwhelmed with panic and despair. She can't contain herself and turns into a panda again, and that's when Tyler notices her, demanding she work off her fee and give guests rides on her back. When May refuses, the birthday boy starts insulting her family, and the panda lunges at him, completely losing control. It was the worst possible moment for Min to appear, witnessing this scene. Later, the mother apologizes to Tyler's parents and blames May's friends for ruining her daughter.
Take advantage of her.
May, tell her!
Maylin lacks the courage to shatter a beneficial illusion for herself and silently heads home, abandoning her friends. A week later, Miriam, Abby, and Priya buy tickets to a show while May prepares for a family ritual. As she goes to change, her father notices her sullen mood. In the basement, he finds a camcorder on which the friends recorded their joyful songs and dances. Jean approaches his daughter, inquiring about what he saw. May, feeling ashamed, immediately wants to delete the video, but her father prevents her from doing so. He tells of the panda Min, who was the biggest of them all. A man saw her transformation when they had a terrible fight with her grandmother.
Over what?
The woman was against Jin's relationship with her daughter. The father explains that even aspects of one's personality that may seem chaotic and dangerous can coexist peacefully. He presents Mei Lin with the choice of how to handle her panda, but he also mentions that he finds this particular side of his daughter to be quite amusing. In the center of a ritual circle, Mei steps into the light as her family begins an ancient chant, summoning the shaman's power to transport her into an astral realm. There, Mei encounters Sunny, the first of her ancestors to transform into a panda. Sunny conjures a mirror, showing Mei her own reflection. To rid herself of the panda spirit, Mei must pass through the mirror, a task far from straightforward. Pushing forward with all her might, Mei is just a step away from achieving her goal when she turns back, confronted by the image of the panda that brought so much joy and camaraderie into her life. In a moment of defiance, she retreats, returning to her family as a panda. Declaring her decision to keep her panda form shocks her grandmother and mother. As her family attempts to restrain her, Mei breaks free and runs away. In the ensuing chaos, Min falls, cracking her red amulet. The woman loses control over the panda inside her as it breaks free. Meanwhile, Mei is far away, skillfully navigating her way to the concert to find her friends. She apologizes for betraying them. Miriam is still upset, but her anger quickly turns to compassion as she realizes Mei's troubles. She had been caring for Mei's lost Tamagotchi all this time. The friends embrace, surprised to see Tyler among the crowd. As a boy band takes the stage amidst cheers, a colossal beast approaches the stadium. Min, disguised as a panda, crashes through the roof, causing panic. Jean and relatives are present, but the monster seizes Mei, wreaking havoc. Unable to bear further interference, Mei's daughter bites her mother's finger and breaks free, declaring her independence.
I'm not your little Mei anymore!
Mei distracts Min while her family prepares a ritual to expel the beast. Mei evades her mother's attacks, remaining true to herself, and ultimately topples the clumsy monster. Min loses consciousness, with half her body outside the circle, preventing the ritual's completion. Despite Mei's efforts to pull her in, her grandmother and aunts also smash their ornaments, releasing the pandas into the wild. They pull Min into the circle, and the boys from Four Town, along with Mei's friends, join in their chanting, helping the shaman gather enough energy to send all the pandas into the astral dimension. There, Mei meets her mom, who appears as her peer. Min cries, having accidentally injured her mother in a fit of rage. Tired of trying to be perfect, both she and Mei understand each other's feelings, and Mei supports her. Together, they approach a mirror, where Min regains her age. Grandmother and aunts await them there, and Min takes the opportunity to ask her mother for forgiveness. Her grandmother reassures her that she's not upset with her daughter and will always love her. The women enter the portal one by one. Mei is the last, and her mom calls her to follow. But Mei has already decided that the panda is a part of her she doesn't want to part with. The only thing she fears is the potential rift with her mother that such a choice may cause. Min shares this fear, but feels Mei wants to make everyone happy and is too hard on herself. Her mother supports her daughter's independent decision and leaves. Mei stays with the spirit of Sanai, who embraces her and lifts her high into the air. They touch noses under the moon, and Mei returns home.